With building a company like that requires you to have extra money to really take it where it needs to be. You need to make sure that you're straight with just like your personal finances and just making sure that you're good to build that company, because if you're not, like I said, I had setbacks. So that company is like 6 or 7 years old, but I just got, I just got back to it. I had to do other things to be able to build the money that I need to really take that company to the next level.
Welcome to Your Visionary Podcast. This podcast is specifically for you and your vision. Get ready to grow. Let's go.
Life is in the detour, so every detour we experience, that's an opportunity to learn something.
You sell yourself. Doesn't matter if you're selling ice in Alaska or if you're selling sugarcane in Haiti. They're going to buy from you.
Man, all of this knowledge is in captivity when it should be out in the world. He couldn't believe that I had 25 years, but the way I carried myself, you'd have thought I had 25 days left.
We try to be something so great, and we forget that we're just being humans. We're human beings, and it's like we're enough right here.
What's up, everybody? This episode, I interviewed CEO Rashad, a 22-year-old on his way to building a 7-figure business. I really enjoyed this conversation, and he shares some powerful gems about entrepreneurship and mentorship. And so if you enjoyed what you hear today, be sure to leave a comment on iTunes, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Instagram. You'll get a chance to get a free coaching call with Rashad where you can ask him anything about business or life. Just take a screenshot of your comment and direct message me the picture on Instagram at Your Visionary Podcast. And we'll randomly pick one person after the first week. So don't miss out on the opportunity. And also, I recorded an audiobook version of my book, The Positive Affirmation Guide. And so after you listen to this episode, after you leave a comment, go to yourvisionarypodcast.com/audiobook to listen for free. Now let's get into this episode. Hope y'all enjoy. Peace.
So this new segment is called Young Visionary, where I bring on a young entrepreneur who's killing it in the game, 6 or 7 figures in their business, and I bring them on to give advice to you guys. And today we got CEO Rashad. What's good? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you for coming here today, man. I know you're busy. We've been trying to set this up for a minute.
3 months, man.
Right, so I'm glad to finally make it happen.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, I've been seeing you doing your thing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. And you too, man. I see you going up on the ground, man, going up with your with your businesses. But let the people know a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur. Let us know kind of where you started out.
So as an entrepreneur, I really started when I was 6 years old. But my first real business was in 10th grade. I got my first investment from my dad, $10,000 investment. So I was reselling shoes. I was buying every pair of Jordans that came out, every pair of Nikes that came out, and I would resell them. So therefore, that's what kind of made me want to be okay, I was making quick bread, making, quick money at a young age. So it was I think I want to do this for life, Yeah. So then I started kind of branding my first company, which was Corrigado, was the energy drink that I was building. I was, doing that, but I didn't really have the money to really take it where I wanted to go. I got it to where I wanted it to be, but I couldn't really take it to that next level, to really do it. So I started trading Forex. I started, doing different things to kind of, build that. I'm actually about to relaunch that company now.
The energy drink?
Yeah, the energy drink. So I'm I got all the brand and everything together. So I'm about to, relaunch that. But, right now I built my credit company last year. We've been doing that for about, this would be almost our, second year. And we did about $3.5 million in funding last year, helping people get business funding, helping people fix their credit. Anything to do with just credit, funding and just personal credit as well. So it's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really focusing hard. I mean, I kind of skipped some. I did Airbnb. I didn't really tell a lot of people when I was doing Airbnb. I had a team, and I had students and stuff like that. But I feel like I didn't really push it where I should have pushed it, because I really wanted to focus on my credit company really hard. So that was my main. That's even now that's my main focus. People still saying, hey, you do Forex, you do this and that. Sure. I do it, but as far as my goal now is less of me and just really helping the people. So I'm helping them fix their credit, get the business funding, and just really go, where they want to go in life.
Yeah, that's real. And I want to unpack that, get into it a lot. But this podcast is basically for college age students, around that 18 and 25 and even older. But I really want to help people kind of find their purpose. Believe your purpose, helps you reach your destiny. And so I usually start out by asking, what's your purpose statement and why?
Well, like I said, bro, honestly, my purpose statements changed over the years. You know,
Sure.
it was when I first wanted to be an entrepreneur, it was just to get rich. You know, have these cars, have this money. You know, and like once you get to that level and you see that stuff, bro, it's not even a mission anymore, So my main thing is to kind of, I just want to help people. That's why I built this credit company, because like I partner with like some of these bigger companies that really don't care. They're all about business. So my company, I'm just here I really just want to help people. I'm helping people, like I said, build their dreams, build their, get the money to really do what they want to do. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, so talk about that that kind of shift in your mindset, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are kind of still aspiring to really do something big. They still want to do it for the wrong. Well, now I don't want to say the wrong reasons, but those reasons, to get a big house, nice car.
Yeah, I mean,
flex
no,
and
that's
stuff. Talk about that. Talk about the shift for you.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's still the goal. We only live life once, so you still want to have like the nice things and the nice, everything. But it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like when you help people, you make more than just doing it by yourself. So the way I used to think to the way I think now is like totally different. Like at first I was just like, getting all this money. I wanted all the cars. I just wanted to party. I just wanted to travel. I didn't care about nobody else as long as I was getting the money. You know what I'm saying? Like getting it. Yeah. It was cool. But I don't know what made me just kind of like, I gotta slow down, or like, I really want to help people. Like I started just getting mentors and like people that's kind of guiding me. Like, you're making all this money young, you're doing all this and that, but who life are you changing?
For sure.
You're just taking, but are you giving and giving? So like this, like I would say like last year November is when I just kind of like sat down and realized like, I just want to help people. I want to be able to say I changed 1,000 lives, I changed 2,000 lives, I changed 3,000 people's lives. So that's kind of like my mindset. I mean, I grew up in church, so it was like I always had it. You know, feel me? I always had it like that, just that giving spirit. But it's like as an entrepreneur, when you started making a lot of money, or just like seeing money that you never seen before, your mindset kind of changes from where when you were down and just kind of like trying to get to that point. Then when you get to that point, it's just like you don't know what to do anymore, especially with that, that amount of money. So that's what kind of like made me think like, I just want to be that person that can say that I helped somebody do this, even if it's small, from small to big, So
Yeah, that's dope. And so you so like you said before, you started a lot of companies, but with that first company, the Cargado, the energy drink, what are some things that you learned as an entrepreneur during that experience?
I learned one of the biggest things I learned is, when building a company, you need to make sure, like, okay, so like I was still in high school, so with building a company like that requires like, you to have extra money to really, take it where it needs to be. You need to make sure that you're straight with just like your personal finances, and just making sure that you're good to build that company. Because if you're not, like I said, I had setbacks. So that company is like 6 or 7 years old. But I just got, I just got back to it. I had to do other things to be able to build, the money that I need to really take that company to the next level. Because it's like, you can take a company from $100 company to a $10,000 company easy, but are you able to take that $10,000 to make it a 6-figure company, that quick? So you got to have that money. You got to have the money. You also got to have the mindset and the time to really focus. That's why I said, like, before, like my mom would say, like, me growing up as an entrepreneur, it's like, every week I'm coming with something new, new. And if you don't have time to really focus on one thing, you'll never get rich like how you want to be. It'll just be like, okay, you made a quick $5,000 here, you made a quick $5,000 here. When you can focus on one thing, that can make you $5,000, every week. And then, you're actually building that, and it's maintaining, and everything is automated. And then that's when you go to the next thing, So
that makes sense 100%. And so starting a business in high school, did you ever have aspirations of going to college?
I went to college.
Oh, you did?
That's the thing.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I went to Georgia Southern. Went to Georgia Southern freshman year. When I dropped out, I didn't tell my mom. So I was an entrepreneur, but I was in the music industry. So I moved to LA. I stayed in LA for like a year. I was working with Sony, Interscope, Atlantic Records. I worked with a lot of the big labels. But even with that, like, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So even when I was working in the music industry, like, that's a whole like growing up in the church and like just seeing things, like that industry is a whole totally different industry, especially in like the LA, like the vibes are just.
What were you doing with the industry? Were you like rapping?
No. I was always a manager.
Okay.
So I always had that mindset. But even when I was like a manager, it was like, I'm starting to live like the rappers. I don't want to live like this is not me, So I was just like, I gotta cut it. Like I was making good money. I was with celebrities, and just like it just wasn't me.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? I just felt like I was renting all these fancy cars and just doing all this stuff I was wasting my life basically. That's how I felt. So it's just like I came back to Atlanta on just like 2017.
You in school at this time, or you?
Nah.
So you dropped out and went straight to LA.
That was beginning of sophomore year.
Okay.
So but yeah, like I said, the music industry is not how people say I want to be a rapper. It's a lot of deep stuff in it, man. So
yeah, 100%. And so once you came back from LA, what was your mindset then?
Yo, my mindset changed. Like literally, the day I stepped off the airplane from LA to here, it's just like, yo, I went back to church. I just started, doing the right things. I mean, I was never, even with the music industry, I wasn't doing anything bad. Like I never smoked weed. I never did, things like that, because it was never me. But as far as like just staying up all night and just like partying and waking up like late, that's the type of stuff I was doing, and that wasn't me. I was the type of person that would wake up at 7, work on something, spend time with God, and just a lot of that stuff was just moving, in a way that I was like, yo, like, this isn't me. Why am I doing it? I need to do something that, that's when I really was like, yo, I want to help people. Because like, even though I was helping these people get these deals, and it just wasn't my lifestyle. That wasn't the life I wanted to end myself, or just have something, for my kids to look back on, like, okay, my dad was a manager, his and that. I wasn't building anything that my kids can rely on for the rest of their lives. And that's kind of like why I want to be an entrepreneur, is because I want to build something, a legacy that is going to last forever and ever.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And you keep talking about helping people. So let's really bring some value to the people right now. Because I get a lot of feedback from the people who listen, and their main concerns are just how they get off the ground, starting their business, how they even find the time, right? Because as an entrepreneur, you do have to have bread to invest. So that means you have to work. So they're kind of in a place where they're stuck working a job, and then when they get off, they're tired. They don't, they don't have the energy to really.
And that's the thing. You gotta go through those hard times, because that's what's gonna make it look better when you get to where you want to be. You gotta work that job. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You can't just, what are you gonna invest in your business if you have the money to invest? You feel me? So like, if you know that you only have a little bit, every time you get paid, you need to take a percentage of that and put it towards your business, because your business is going to make you money. So if you can make cash flow with your business and your job, you should be able to leave your job soon, as long as you're doing everything right within your business.
Yeah, for sure. And so what do you think are some of like the foundational pieces when it comes to starting a business that a person needs to have, whether it be
the biggest thing I would say that I messed up on is organization. You gotta have organization, because I'm telling you, things like, even now, I just had to get organized. And then even with your business, when you have everything organized, you still need to make sure that it is what it is. So like, you need to have a plan. You need to basically have a plan for your business, that, everything that you want to do, to make sure you're not just investing, because I mean, I've invested into companies that I don't even remember anymore. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta, when building a business, you need to build the foundation for your first business. You need to build, like, from the start to bottom, to make sure that's something you want to do before going on to the next venture. Because I was trying to build 2 or 3 companies every week and not focusing on one. But now when I started focusing on one, I feel like I started making more money. I had a peace of mind. I was helping people, doing what I want to do.
Yeah, for sure. And so let's so place yourself in somebody's shoes who is a 20 something year old. They have the entrepreneurial bug, the entrepreneurial spirit, and they're working a job, but they have these big ideas of owning their own business. They don't know where to start. Kind of take us through what you would do if you were in their shoes.
So are you saying they don't really have money to invest in their business either?
Probably like a couple hundred, but not like thousands.
So, in a situation like that, me personally, I would get a mentor.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, definitely. You got to get a mentor, because if a mentor sees something in you that you see in yourself, and they really believe in you, they're going to help you. Because I've had a lot of mentors that really helped me, like, really take things that I thought were just like normal to like the next level. Like, before I started doing credit, I had a mentor that actually taught me how to do the credit, do everything, before I actually built a business on credit. Like, I had to learn all these things, because it's like, if the CEO can't do it, then the worker's not going to do it right. That's and right. that was my biggest thing, because like 6 months in the business, I literally took I literally took a business from only $1,000 to a 6-figure business within like 9 months. This was just last year. We did, like I said, we did $3.5 million in funding, helping people get business funding and like, you know, stuff like that.
What was a major shift in that?
So like I said, the thing was like I wouldn't have been able to do any of that without having a mentor, you know, someone to really guide me and show me like, yo, this is the way. And that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I want to be able to do that to someone younger than me, or like even they're older. There's people that's older than me that's like, yo, can you help me out? Like they mentor me like 30, 50, you know, 60, 70. Yeah. And it's just like, I feel like there's no age. To how, you know, if someone has more knowledge than you, like you might know something that I don't know, and I might want you to, you know, help me out, and I might know something that you don't know, and you might want me to help me out. So I feel like there's not really an age on mentorship. It's just like if someone knows, you know, something more than you, then take them on as a mentor.
Yeah, for sure. For you, like a mentor is vital if you want to be successful in entrepreneurship. But talk about how to find a mentor.
I mean, honestly, depending on, you know, the age of the person that's really trying to find a mentor, most of the, you know, you got to find a mentor in the niche that you're trying to do first of all. So if I'm trying to trade Forex, I'm not going to find a mentor that does real estate, you know? So that's like the biggest thing is finding someone in that niche first, or, you know, even like a family member that's older than you, they could probably help you, especially like when I'm 13, when I was like 13, 12, I couldn't really find a mentor. So I had to get, you know, like pastors to mentor me, and then they're able to kind of like, you know, put you in the right, because most pastors are just someone at like a kind of like an elite level are able to kind of help you and take you, you know, let you meet that right person. That's kind of how like doors open up for me, really church, like just me. Yeah. Like really church really opened up like a lot of doors for me. You know, my uncle being my mentor to put me in like connections with like, you know, the right people. And that, I mean, it really is just really social media. You have social media nowadays, so it's like it's not hard to find a mentor like it was maybe, you know, a couple of years ago, especially like this day and age. It's not hard at all.
Yeah, let's talk about social media. How important is social media nowadays for entrepreneurs, and what's kind of like a strategic route to take when it comes to social media?
Just depending on the niche once again. For me, social media can either hurt you or help you. So when building a brand, it's only certain stuff you can post, and especially when you have a certain brand or just like a certain company or even like influencers, it's only certain things that can post that can, you know, either help their brand or hurt their brand. So I feel like social media really helps a lot of people. Especially depending on what they do, especially with like selling, you know, courses or just getting people to join stuff, or just really just showing your lifestyle, you know, even though like 70% of it's, you know, super fake, it's just like people are selling dreams. So it's like at the end of the day, social media is a big impact, especially with businesses and stuff like that. Definitely.
Yeah. So just me, you know, being a just a follower of your brand, and you know, I saw how the 10X Con really like elevated you, bro. Let's talk about that, because I know my listeners remember when I went to the 10X Con, but you were actually at the same one, you know, early in February. So let's talk about your experience from that.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that event changed my life. Like that event, like it opened my eyes to a lot. I actually bought Ty Lopez's personal mentorship there, so he's been hitting me up a lot. He actually just texted me like 2 days ago, but yo, I don't know what it is about that event. Like that event really especially with like networking and just finding the right people. That event, like, I don't know if you seen me where I was, like, you know, on my page, just like from there, you know what I'm saying? From 10X to like now, it's just like, bro. And the crazy thing is when I talk to people and I tell them, it's like I always bring up that event. I was like even when my friends or me be talking, I was like, bro, ever since 10X, like, I just been lit, you know? Like, and it's like I said, at the end of the day, I still have the mindset, I just want to help people. I thought of this kind of late, but I'm gonna be doing an event next week. I don't know where. I'm gonna be giving back 500 book bags to kids. You know, So I'm just trying to pick a location real quick. So it's kind of like a last minute thing.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, keep me updated, and I'll definitely share with my audience. But yeah, talking about the branding, personal branding, and Ty Lopez. What are some let's say 3 like key takeaways that you learned just from your relationship with him?
Him, bro. If
you can think of 3 things,
first of all, he's elite, because when you get to a level like that, it's just certain things you just gotta do. You can't do wrong, and you just gotta do right. I mean, he's a person of like, man, there's just so much things I can say about that guy. Like he's really helpful. Like he might. Do you see some of the stuff he be posting like on his IG and stuff?
Not recently. I was a big follower of him about 2 years ago. I actually purchased his social media marketing agency course, and that kind of like advanced my entrepreneurial career.
I feel like he's super real because like you were at 10X and you see how like he will tell someone to bring up their website, and it's like people think he might be like that's wrong, but I feel like that's super real because he's really giving you what he really thinks, and for him to take you on as a client, that means you have to be at a certain level. So I mean, he's just a hard like he's a real good mentor. If you can get him as a mentor, or anybody just like at that level, you're gonna be good. Especially if you just follow and just listen. Because I don't talk to him every day, but when he does hit me up, I feel like it's just like he gives me that boost to just really like go to the next level. Knows just the talks or just anything. It just kind of makes me feel like this guy really cares about me, because I know like there's people that probably pay mentorship is paying $50,000, $100,000, but it's just like he treats the people that pay $5 to $10K, $20K the same way that he'll treat the people that pay $100K. So he's a real loyal guy.
Yeah, no, that's super dope. And right now you're super young, but you're already far in your entrepreneurial journey. How old are you?
I'm only 22. I just turned 22 June 6th. Yeah,
happy belated, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
So what's coming in the future? I call this your visionary podcast just because I like for people to express their visions, kind of put that in the air, because I'm a strong believer in the power of words.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I think whenever you say something out loud, it just puts it in the universe. So kind of give us an idea.
Crazy thing is, I actually used to last year I had visionary in my bio. So it was entrepreneur, businessman, visionary. That's lit. But bro, honestly, these companies I'm creating right now are kind of like the foundation. Is nothing near to where I want to be. Like I just had another interview earlier, and like I said, bro, by like 29, 30, I really just want to do real estate, strictly real estate. I want to have all these companies automated. I want to have everything just where I don't even have to worry about it anymore, and I just want to strictly, real estate. I want to have a building in Atlanta, high rise, maybe like 20 employees, and just strictly just buying real estate. Like that's the plan. You know what I'm saying? You usually got to build. That's what I say. Credit is a lot. Like people think Grant Cardone just goes out here and buy. Like it's a lot of credit, bro. And like even I was saying earlier, like even with just like helping the people, I don't care about having like the airplanes, the jets and stuff. If I could just have a cool, like I said, a building in my real estate office is just buying buildings and stuff like that. I'm cool with that, and that's kind of like I want the end goal to be. I just want to have something to leave my family forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah, no, that's super dope. I'm glad you said that, because real estate is important, and Grant Cardone is kind of like the influencer that I engage content in the most. And that's all he's about. You know, the importance of real estate, about building up your businesses and then throwing the money in real estate so it can just compound over the years. So let's talk about credit, because I know that's kind of one of your main companies right now. So what are some things that most people don't know, most young people don't know about credit?
Well, for example, when I was in 11th grade, I got approved for a $12,000 credit card with Navy Federal. Man, man, that card, bro, like I literally spent the whole $12,000, I kid you not, like 2 weeks. So I'm like, bro, like the thing is, like learning credit young, you don't really know much, you feel me? So it's just like, all right, I got a car. What now? I'm spending it. It's like but you don't really know. Yeah. I missed a lot of payments. I'm just like 12th grade year's coming, so I'm like, like I really don't know nothing about credit. So it wasn't until like 11, like sophomore year of college, where it was just like, all right, I need credit now. And then I noticed that my credit score was like a 500, and I see this negative card. I'm like, so I had to get that figured out. But to be honest with you, I didn't really start taking credit serious to like 2000 last year. Like I built my credit up personally. I partnered with some underwriters and stuff that, like I said, I had a mentor that was putting me on, on top of game with just the whole credit industry, real estate, stuff like that. And then so I was just like, okay. They put me in. I was working with their company for a little bit, helping people get funding. So we did $3.5 million in funding last year. We weren't really working on personal files too much. We didn't start really doing personals until November of last year. And then I kid you not, like after the first 100 clients, we started doing like I said, 300-400 clients every week. Things started getting automated. As well as like everything started growing so fast. And then like from then to now, we probably have like over 1,500 clients. Like I said, we did $3.5 million in funding last year. The goal is to do over $8 million this year. We're at like 4.6 right now, 4.7. So, I mean, credit is important, definitely. Credit means more than cash.
Wow, that's dope. And I know a lot of like my peers, their credit is it is not the best, to say the least. Especially with college debt, all that stuff, and then like having credit cards, not really knowing much about credit.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. I mean, so like just in the credit, you've been in the credit game. Like, what are some gems that you can give the people about credit?
I mean, okay, so for someone that's like in high school, even in college, like you can tell them this, but it's just like you can't give someone that doesn't even have the amount of whatever their credit limit is in their bank, that amount. You can't give them that amount and expect them to be able to do right, but unless they really have discipline. You feel me? So it's like you can't give someone that has maybe only $1,500. They're working a 9 to 5. It's just they're in college, so it's not bad. Maybe they only have like $1,500 in their bank. You can't get them a limit of $10,000 and not expect them to kind of So I kind of noticed that when you apply for credit cards and stuff and you put in college, they usually don't go over 1,000 nowadays. I was surprised. Well, I mean, back in the day, I wasn't surprised because I didn't know. I just thought it was regular to get a credit card in high school. Like I said, my first credit card was like $12K, and honestly, if I didn't mess that credit card, I probably have over like an $80,000 card with Navy Federal. Damn. But like I said, everything in life is lessons. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, for sure. And so, I want to talk about the Forex.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that because there's a lot of I want to say like a lot of miscommunication in the industry. For people on the outside, looking in, they don't really know what it's about, and it's a lot of talk about it not being legit. But then you have your 6-figure, 7-figure earners.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with IML, especially. So talk about your journey with Forex.
Okay, so I started trading in 2017. Whole 2017 lit.
For real.
Whole 2017 lit. March. This is a day I will never forget. March. I think it was March 12th or 13th of 2018. I had my biggest loss. I lost like $40,000. I was done. I didn't trade no more. I didn't start back trading until November of that year. I had my sauce again. So I was doing good for like until like this year. Right before Grant Cardone. So I stopped trading. That was like back in February. Yeah. I stopped trading because I lost like another 20,000. So I'm like, yo, I can't do this no more. Right. To be honest with you, I just funded the account 10,000 like 2 days ago, but I haven't traded on it yet because it's like I was like, yo, because I was doing good. It's just like. For someone that wants, so a lot of people ask me, yo, you still train first? Like I said, I've been focused on my credit, so I don't like refer people to anything. I was about to hit Chairman 10 in IML. Like I was like 150, 200 people, but it was just like, yo, I had to talk with my mentor. Like I said, you gotta really, if you really want to take something to the next level, like you really gotta focus on it. Cause like me, I wasn't expecting to take a company I only invested $1,000 to a 6-figure company with no overhead, no anything, just showing client results, within 9 months, Yeah. So it's just like once I did that, and my mentor seen it, like everything, the accounting work and just all that, I'm sitting there like, he's like, yo, this is not real. It's real, but it's just like for someone that has never like ran the company 100%. To just being able to do that, it kind of opened my eyes, and just like having those long talks with him, and just him just being able to say like, yo, if things keep going like this, you should be able to scale, to $1 million company within like 2 years, because you did 6 figures in 9 months. Yeah. Now once you have those people that can really help you and take things to the next level, you should be able to take it to the 6 figures. So I mean 7 figures. So that's what kind of opened my eyes to be like, yo, I'm not about to just focus. I'm not about to go and refer people to everything. So when people hit me up now, I'm like, how's your credit? You want your credit? You want your credit fixed? What's your credit score? Even in college, I'm like, yo, get your credit right now, because like even like the ones, my class just graduated, this year. If I was supposed to graduate, will be this year. So I'm just like, yo, how's your credit? So that's kind of like my pitch now. People be like, you doing Airbnb? Where's your Airbnb course? I was like, yeah, how's your credit? But
that's real.
But yeah, so
what's like the process if somebody wants to work with you and get their credit right?
So we're relaunching our website next Friday. We had a couple bugs and stuff because we wanted to where the client can just strictly go there and upload all their stuff. Okay. So we're just getting that uploaded. But it's pretty simple. I'll send you the website. You can put in the the link in there and stuff, everything. So yeah,
that's 100. And so as we get to the end of this, I want to ask, like, if you could, you're 22, but if you can give advice to your let's say 18, 19-year-old self, what would that be and why?
18, 19, stay focused, because that's the time, like I said, I was in the music industry. It's just like, actually at 18, I was doing I was still living at home, but I was in the music industry. That's when I had signed my first 2 artists, and it's like, that's when I seen the most money in my life. Like I've never seen. So I'm just like, yo, 18, partying, just doing stuff that wasn't me, because it's just like, yo, you can't take someone else only, making this certain amount of money, and then just boom, one day they have this amount of money. It's just like how, you see rappers come up, and then they, you see them here when they're broke, and then you see them there when they're rich. They're 2 totally different people, and I didn't want that to be me. I didn't want to be, when I was, a college student, can't really say broke, because this is like, you're not really, you're in college, So it was just like, I wanted to always be able to not ever have a 9 to 5 and, be able to work for myself. So one of my biggest things is to stay focused.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
100%. And so is there anything else you want to tell the people? Man, just kind of keep them motivated, keep them striving.
Man, like I said, credit is king. If you guys want to invest into anything, you definitely want to get your credit fixed. It doesn't matter what. I just had a 19-year-old guy who just got approved us for $175K last week. So it's not even about age. It's more about your credit. Well, this is business funding. So, yeah, definitely. If you want to invest, make sure your credit is good and use lines of credit. Because I like I gave this example earlier. If I had $100,000 cash and I had $100,000, credit line, why would I want to use my $100,000 cash? Why would you want to use your liquid when you can use your line of credit and still do what you got to do, with your everyday life?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, cash is nothing, bro.
Credit's king.
Credit is
bro.
king.
And appreciate you again for coming in today, bro. And I like to give my listeners, access to the people that I interview. So are you willing to have like a 15, 30-minute coaching call with one of the listeners?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
But let's do that. So if you're interested in that, leave a review on iTunes, and then Instagram DM me a screenshot of the review, and we'll pick one winner to have a 15 and 30-minute coaching call with CEO Rashad.
Let's do it.
There it is, bro. Appreciate you again. See you next time.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this part of the episode is what I call the Visionary Minute, where I go over my key takeaways from the previous episode. In this episode with CEO Rashad, we covered a lot about entrepreneurship and mentorship, which are 2 things that I care deeply about. The first takeaway is that it's important to learn about credit. In society, we're given too much control when it comes to credit, and a lot of people, including myself, don't have the proper knowledge and end up placing themselves in a hole that's hard to get out of. But the good thing is, it's never too late. So just reach out to an expert and learn something. Number 2, organization in business is very, very important. I've learned this from a lot of business owners, and it has proven true in any business that I've been a part of. So speaking from experience, it can be hard to stay organized. When you have so many different things going on, it's tough. But let me tell you, it's 100% worth the time. Lastly, a key point in this interview is find a mentor. But not just any mentor. Find a mentor that is in your niche. When I first started looking for mentors, I wasn't looking for someone in my niche. I was just looking for someone who had a lot of money, someone who was a millionaire. But it takes the same amount of energy, so you might as well just find someone who is already doing what you want to do and get the knowledge from them. And so just go out and start telling people that you're looking for a mentor. Put the affirmation out into the world. You may find one at the grocery store, at the library, or even at church, like Rashad had mentioned. And so everything starts with taking action. And so take action today, and be sure to follow us today on Instagram at Your Visionary Podcast, and leave a comment to win a free coaching call with CEO Rashad. Let's go.